The chances are, if you're a Netflix user, you might have seen or watched this new program called Live to 100 Secrets of Blue Zones. The show goes region by region, talking to members who live in blue zones, which are places where people live healthy and have longevity long into old age, unlike many other areas in the world in which people are struggling with heart disease and all sorts of health ailments. If you enjoyed that show, another show that's quite similar is called Chasing Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Now, whenever I watch shows like these, I'm so excited and inspired to try to incorporate what I can into my own daily life to try to be healthier if possible. And luckily, Insider has this awesome list of 7 longevity boosting foods from Blue Zones to add to your shopping lists. Now, perhaps the one that I indulge in most is olive oil. Now, I am a midnight snacker. I love fresh baked bread. Like that's just never going to change. I know that it might not be the best for my health, but I know that extra virgin olive oil, especially the, ultra pure, the kinds you can get online where it's like from Italy and it's really healthy. So I always am dipping my bread in this olive oil because olive oil has healthy fats, which are really good for your brain. Next is herbs to add a bit of micronutrients. So herbs you can think about putting these in your fried dishes, or you can try to put them on top of, dishes. Maybe you've made rice, maybe you've made quinoa, add a few herbs. This is another one that I indulge in every single day. One thing about me is I love yogurt. And honey is something that I also love, but it's not something that's like natural to put on like a lot of different foods. So what I'll do is, because I'm really into yogurt and I also really love like granola and oats, I really like sweet kind of like textured flavors. So what I'll do is I'll kind of make this it'll be kind of like oatmeal, but like with granola and honey and yogurt, and I'll just like mix it all up. And it is delicious, and it's an excellent way to get more honey in just like your daily life. The one on the list that I probably eat the least that I'm going to try to start eating more of are beans. Beans are superfoods, and they talk about how in Okinawa, Japan, people are eating lots of beans, and those people are living very, very long. The episode set in Okinawa in both Chasing Life and the Netflix series was super inspiring, and I was just like, wow, I hope that I am as mobile and excited about life every day and have a great community like those people do. They just seem super happy. Now, something else they say is starchy fruits and vegetables, which provide complex carbs for energy. And interestingly, they said in Costa Rica that the traditional diet incorporates squash alongside corned beans, commonly known as the Three Sisters. Now, here's the one that I also eat a lot of. I love nuts. I have 5 Brazil nuts every single day without fail. I had read in an article like a long time ago that the amount of selenium was like good for men's testosterone levels or something, but I just really like the taste of Brazil nuts. And I also get the deluxe unsalted mixed nut packs from Costco. That's like very specific. And I have a handful of that every day. And I think that somewhere along the line, the poisonous diet industry like got in its head that essentially nuts are like fatty and like not good for you, but like your brain and body like needs fat. Like fat is good for you. Like fat is what makes your brain able to like process thought. Like the types of fats that like are in nuts is like what helps you like stay full focused and makes your brain able to like think. So like indulge, eat the nuts. Nuts are good for you. The people in the blue zones, you know what they're eating? Nuts. Now, this is the part of the article that made me think like, oh, this is probably like paid propaganda by the wine lobby, because I'm sorry, but there's just absolutely nothing that anyone can do to convince me that like drinking is going to be healthy for you. Like it even says here that there's no safe amount of alcohol. I think though what they're talking about is like the resveratrol, which you can just get in like a supplemental form. I do think that resveratrol is actually good for you. You can go watch like there's many TED Talks about it and about how like essentially every day like your brain produces new cells, and like some of these cells die off, some of them like make new connections, and resveratrol helps like more cells survive. So it's essentially like a neurotropic, it's like neuroprotective, and so you can like isolate that from red wine and just like take a resveratrol as a supplement. I take 2 every day instead of just like drinking, because Bessie, there's no way you can convince me that red wine's good for you. I'm sorry. Okay, I am like not pro diet industry at all, so let me just get that out there. But I do think that, infusing these foods into your already delicious, indulgent lifestyle, it's just a great way to like, live up these blue zones. Like let's live forever. Let's do it. I really think that like I'm like so not one of those people who's like all about like diet culture and like being thin, because I actually think that so much of like our health and longevity is about community and about like if we have close social ties. I think that's like the number one thing. I read this really fascinating book about happiness that talked about how if you eat your meals communally and if you have like strong friendships and strong social networks, you're just like so much more likely to live longer. And a lot of people in these blue zones are like eating really like, technically unhealthy foods, and are eating like so much of them. So like they're kind of going against the traditional wisdom. But I think it's because they have such strong social ties that they, are just surpassing maybe the kind of isolationist, depressed lives that we have in the West. But anywho, check out these shows, incorporate some of these fun things into your life if you want, if you feel inspired to, if you feel called to. I am like actually such a proponent of olive oil though. Like I literally probably have like a shot of olive oil a day. So I support it. I support you. Do your thing. Let's live forever. Okay, bye.